Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tracy and this is my channel, A World of Stitches. Today's video is a floss tube. I wasn't sure if I was going to do one today just because the past 2 weeks have all been coarse, and the first week wasn't too bad because that was week 2 of the course. That was not intense, but like Monday to Thursday last week it was like everything just got thrown at you because we've got 5 days to complete this thing. And then by Thursday we'd done it all, Thursday afternoon, so I had Friday to myself. So I got some stitching out. So yeah, but I decided I have actually touched 6 things, but I've misplaced one. I know I touched it, I know I had it, but I can't for the life of me find it. I think I've put it back in the tub, but without lifting the lid and everything that's on it off. Yeah, it's just, it is what it is. Anyway, so what I'll do is, ouch, I'll save the one I can't find for the next video in 2 weeks' time. Yeah. Do you know, I'm just going to crack on with it just because. What's the point in taking it out of the bag? First one, these are not going to be in order just because I didn't sort them out. The last one I touched actually, because this was out this morning, is Rose Corn Mini Magic Study Rainbow version. Charted by Haid. This is the one I've done least on. Hold on, let me move my tablet. Just because I was working on it this morning. And then, you know, Sunday dinner and everything. Full chicken Sunday dinner. I'm not feeling very well, by the way, so my nose might sound a little bit bunged up. We've all got sore throats. Bit of a, not a runny nose or anything, but like sinuses. Anyway, this is on 20 count. Yeah, 20 count, easy count, so it's 2 over 1. Now, I'm not sure, I'll try and put the picture over my face. I have only done 138 stitches, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell, but I do know, now I'm looking at it backwards. Hold on. A lot of it has been filling in some of the blue. I did do a tiny bit of red, which I think filled this in. I think. And then, I'm not sure if it was, I can't tell because the light's on the wrong side. Oh well. It's blue. Whatever it is I did with a tiny bit of red. I think I did some of the red up here as well. I started with the red just so I could fill in a little bit here. So, that stain in the hoop needs tightening because I plan to work on it a bit more. So let's pop that back under there. Try not to knock you guys. Okay, so these are in no particular order. Just, yeah. The next one was, I don't know why I pulled it all out. This one by Artisy, Misty Mood 2, artwork by Leonid Afromov. I love the colours in his. I really do. So I'm up in that top left hand corner there. There isn't, you know, a great deal to see, but I did 368 stitches and my needle's still attached. Obviously I've knocked it out the fabric. Okay, so I'll try and keep the thread out the way for you, and if I can I will put a side by side in. Let's see how that goes. So if I put this here, you can kind of do a side by side and have a look. But I've been doing, do you know what, I was thinking of the wrong one. It's this one I've done the red on, because you'll see a difference here. That's what you get when you get 2 bright coloured pieces and work on them the same week. This I worked on yesterday, so I've done some more of the black coming down here, and then I've been taking the red and filling in. This is on 25 count even weave, 1/1 full cross. And that's another one that might be staying out this week. I need some real progress on some of my pieces. Now, my next one is one I haven't touched in quite a considerable amount of time, but I actually felt like working on her the other day. It is this one, Felicia by Hannah Disney, formerly Hannah Lynn. I haven't touched this one in I don't know how long. Charted by Haid. But I did 520 stitches on her. Now this one should be pretty obvious where the stitches are because it's outlined her tail, so it's that black outline round her tail down there. I think that's all I did, but 520 stitches of them, so it's all this too, and then all the way around that flipper. This is on 25 count, I believe. Yeah, even weave, cream, 1/1 full cross, and she's going to stay out as well because I really, even though it's been a while, I really enjoyed working on her this past week. So that's that one. Right. Now, I should have said at the beginning, I have a restart and I have a finish. I'll share the finish with you when I've shown you all these. Should have done it at the beginning, but I didn't. Because I've got some other news for you too. Anyway, the restart is this one. Disney's Artists, but Yannicka's is, I think, is called Mickey as Artist. So that's all I know it as. So I've restarted in this corner. I didn't like the fabric. I tried, the stitches just weren't defined for me. So I tried 2/1 10th stitch, 1/1 10th stitch, and I didn't like it. I could not gel with this fabric. So I bought some new fabric. This time it's white, and I haven't caught up to where I was on the other fabric, not yet, but I did 150 stitches. Now this is said fabric, which is humongous. It's just huge. But this is where I'm at. All 150 stitches of them. But I don't mind having this one in hand, really. I fold the fabric up so it sits nicely on my lap, and then I just stitch away. But yeah, it's 25 count white even weave, 1/1 full cross. I'm not even going to attempt to fold that again. That's just not even going to be funny. Is that correct? Oh, there we go. Doubt myself. It's so thick, look at it. I need to stop starting these baps. That's 3 now. I haven't touched my World of Disney in a little while, so that's going to come out in the next couple of weeks. Right, what have we got left? I didn't even put the picture back in, I'll sort that out after. Now, this one. No, not this one, that one. Let's go. No, I didn't want you. The glasses are going good, by the way. I'm used to them now. So, it is this one. I haven't worked on it much in the past 2 weeks. I've only done a couple of 100 stitches, but it is Supersized Once Upon a Fairy Tale by Amy Stewart, charted by Haid. So I'm currently, get the light off it, filling in down to this shelf right here. So anything that's there and moving across. And then from there in, I'm going to do a whole shelf. One page doesn't cover the whole shelf. excuse me, indigestion. So I'm going to ignore the page breaks and just work down to the next shelf and do that all the way across, and then drop down to the next shelf and work my way back, and we're going to work it like that. I only did 234 stitches. Now, I was doing the 365 days of, oh, I forget what it was called now. Was it Haid or was it just stitching? I forget. Anyway, that's fell out just because last week was so intense, I didn't touch it at all. So I will still keep working on it, but I'm not going to commit myself to every day. I mean, I know the course is finished and whatever. It was only a 3-week thing, but it was intense. Anyway, I'm not sure how much you're going to see the difference, because if I'm honest, I can't remember where I worked. I'm sure I filled in a little bit more. I'll pick a colour that is in this here and then I'll move it across. But I've only done 234 stitches, so not sure how much of a difference you'll see. It's 25 count, easy count, 1/1 full cross. And this needs some major work. Otherwise I'm going to be like 60 before I finish it, and then I've still got the other 2 big baps. The World of Disney and my new latest one, Mickey, yeah. Anyway, I've also touched, this was a stamped kit, I decided to wash it, because the squares, the printing of the squares was off, so the stitches weren't in the right place because the square had shifted. So I decided to wash it and work on it as I counted. It went well as far as when I first, because I put it in the bathtub and I filled the bottom of the bathtub with water. And then like after a while I'll drain it, rinse it with the shower head, and then I'll fill it again. I have got to message them because I'll work on it, it's not an issue to me, but when you wash ink out, you expect ink to wash out. The whole thing is pink. It's just pink. It's not going to alter the pattern because it is a full coverage anyway, so I'm not too bothered, but somebody else might be, so I need to let them know. I'm gonna have to find out where I got it from. Now, here's the thing. This is the pattern, okay? It's Alice in Wonderland and all the characters. Now, I got sent a message by one of those companies that contact me every so often and offer me a freebie for review. Now, I wasn't sure if I'd already got this one, so I asked Ellie, because Ellie knows pretty much, if I've had a kit, she knows about it. Okay, so I said to Ellie, do you know if I have this one already? She had a good look and she went, no, I don't think you have. So I ordered it. But you know when that nagging feeling, it just eats away at you, doesn't it? And you kind of think, I'm sure I did. I'm really sure I did. So I went through my tubs. I couldn't find it. Perhaps I didn't then. And then I remembered another tub somewhere. I have like 4 of these tubs, okay? I found it and I was like, oh my gosh. Too late to change the order because I put the order in on Friday. They would have received it that day. But I didn't find the kit till Saturday. There was no point, so I'm going to have 2 of this one, so you're going to see another unboxing of this kit. I will figure out what to do with it, but anyway, it is it 14? Yeah, 14 count Ada. Pink Ada, I might add. And this is where I'm at. Now, when I washed it, I'd already done so many of these stitches, but when I washed it and I checked it with the chart, all that bridge there and all of these and this one were out. They weren't where they were supposed to be because the squares had moved. So I had to wash it. I just didn't know it was going to be pink. it is what it is, and I'll work with it. I'm not too fussed. But it almost looks mottled. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but yeah, you can. It's like kind of gone white, so I'm wondering if I soak it again, would that pink disappear? But I don't know whether to try it and risk it. I don't know. It means I'll have to redraw my squares because that's in water soluble. But yeah. Now, the finish I have, I don't actually have it here anymore because I finished it while I was on my course. I took it with me that morning, bought a frame, framed it, and then I called in theirs on the way home and I dropped it off. Just because I was excited more than anything else for them to have it. Anyway, let me see if, because sometimes when I save photos to my phone, they save some to my tablet too. It's like, but it's very selective at which ones it saves jointly. Okay, not sure what that was. No, it hasn't. Okay, so do you guys remember? Do I still have the? I do. Do you remember this one? And I said I was going to do it for my son and his girlfriend for their new baby. Well, that was my finish. Before I show it you, I'll tell you all about it. Hold on. Not last weekend, the weekend before. They'd said if she didn't spontaneously go into labour by herself, they were going to have her in on the Saturday, give her some gel, and just pray that that worked, because they reckoned she was going to be a big baby, which is why they were inducing her early. So they took her in on the Saturday morning, they gave her the gel, nothing. 6 hours later, something like that. They can give it 3 times. I think it's 6 hours, 4 or 6 hours apart. So nothing from the first lot, so they gave her a second lot. Again, nothing. So they gave her a third lot. I think it was early hours going into Sunday morning. Still nothing. So they were like, let me examine you, see if I can pop your waters, if you've dilated enough for me to pop your waters. She wasn't. So usually she said we won't give a fourth gel, but she did. Now, I think Reese said, she said something was happening because when they put it in, something was different. So she had a feeling that things were starting, so we were, praying for her, because their first labour with Logan was really, really bad, and I knew she was not keen on having another one anyway, so I didn't want her to suffer again. But she got so far. She got to 3 centimetres, I do believe, and then that's where she stayed. There was no movement. They couldn't get the baby's heartbeat through her belly, so they wanted to pop, I know I had it with Ellie, they put a cap on the baby's head which monitors the heart rate. Because she was at 3 centimetres, they reckoned they could manage to get it in. But baby was still too high. She wasn't even down where she should be for labour. So it wasn't until Monday morning, and she still hadn't progressed, bless her, that they made the decision to take her in, give her an epidural and give her a C-section, which is what they did. And she was born, she'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. She was born on the 5th at 10:49 a.m. and considering they said she was going to be a big baby, she was only £7.2. She's tiny. All the clothes they bought for her, the baby grows and stuff, were big because they bought newborn or above. She doesn't even fit newborn. I went to Asda, bought some baby grows in first size, which is like quite small, and she fits in them, even with a tiny bit of room to grow. So yeah, No, I went on the Tuesday. She went home on the Monday. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure. Whenever it was. I did the cross stitch for her and I took it down and she was over the moon, I tell you. And the really ironic thing is, right, I have seen Reese's Girlfriend loads of times, but never, I don't really pay attention to people's tattoos, right? But she just looked at me and she's like, it's the same. And she showed me her arm. She's got that very same elephant right there, tattooed right there on her arm. And what she was going to do was, once she had Meadow, put balloons with the babies' names in them, so she'd have Logan and Meadow. It was just, she was gobsmacked. She was gobsmacked. But yeah, she's here. She's gorgeous. Very, very alert. So I'll pop a picture in now of the whole thing framed. I think it's framed. I've got a picture of it. I think there's one in the frame with all the writing, but I don't want to put all the writing because, you know. And then there's one where I got Rob to wipe off. Not wipe off, but you know when you put it in an app and you like whiten the background so you can't see it. And I've got one like that. It messed the balloons up a little bit, but they don't look, you know, they don't actually look that way. They just look that way because Rob's messed with the image. So yeah, she was ecstatic with it. So I said I'm going to do Logan one now because it'd be a shame just to do Meadows and not Logan. So I'm going to find a nice little dinosaur or something, or a dragon, and I'm going to do Logan's birth one too. But yeah, really, really enjoyed doing that. And I did her a cardigan too. I finished the cardigan. Right, I've got like several samples. That's the thing when you crochet, you can't always tell. So there's one sample. Behave yourself. There's half a cardigan. I never finished. We thought that one was going to be a bit big. That one was definitely going to be a bit big. So I made one really small. And that only just fits her. It's like snug. Not tight, but snug. So I've said I'm going to have to make the next one, finish it off with the arms and stuff, and then she can have that one as well. But yeah, so pleased. She's happy. She is. Now she's got one of each. Yeah. So last couple of weeks has been crazy. What with course, passing my not safeguarding. I've passed all of it. I'm just going to wait for my certificates now. But the one we were having to do at home, it was like 3 separate units on safeguarding and stuff. That was intense, and I was having to do it at home. And the questions were just so long. But I did it. It's all done. I'm done now. Now they want me to do a placement in a school. So we'll see what happens from here. Not my last unboxing. The unboxing before, you can tell I'd been busy. My brain's been elsewhere because I did the clicky thing, but then I forgot to cut out the middle bit, and I left it recording. And you probably heard me talking to Riley, and I said, oh, you know, it'll be alright, I'll cut this bit out anyway. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know what happened between the recording and getting it up on YouTube, but I didn't cut out the middle bit, so I apologise. Anybody who commented on that video, I can't respond now because I've took the video down, but I did put up the correctly edited version a couple of days later, thanks to those that told me I hadn't managed to cut out the sound. I wouldn't have known otherwise. I didn't twig at all until somebody said that, and I quickly pulled it down and redid it. So thank you to those people who said. Such a muppet. Anyway, like I said, I have got another unboxing to do when it comes, which will be that Alice kit all over again. I appreciate it if you don't want to watch it again. That's fine. But I gotta do it, so it's my fault. Right, guys. I think that's everything. So roll on the next 2 weeks when I can finally get back to normal and just stitch and do ace work and the other normal boring stuff, but I can stitch. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you spending 25 minutes with me. I always do. I appreciate your likes. They help me, and I appreciate your comments too. They've been a bit delayed the last couple of weeks, what with course and baby and stuff, but I apologise about that. I'm back on form now, and I will respond to all your comments. So thank you so much, guys, and as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.